Greetings, Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Tuesday, July the 7th. I hope everybody had a time to reflect over the weekend about what it really means about the independence. There are a few problems in this country, but overall, we've come a long way, and where the country just keeps getting better. Now, if you want to say anything negative about the country, you really don't like it here, you don't like what's going on, then you need to make sure that you go out and vote to make a change on it. Now, if you still have problems with that, and you think the country sucks or something like that, then invite me to your house and let me help you pack, so you can leave here. But really, you're in the best country on the earth. That's why there's so many immigrants coming in here, and that's why people are fighting to get into this country from every country on the planet. People want to come to the United States of America to get what we have. So reflect about what you have. And let me just say, happy birthday to America. Anyway, moving right along. The Child Scholarship is now available on our website. It became active on July the 1st. So if you have a child that qualifies and you know how to look at the instructions, you'll see what the qualifications are, by all means, have your child fill out the application. And all the criteria of when we're going to do the lottery and everything is in those instructions. I'm not telling you that now. That way you'll be able, that way to force you to go and look at the website and see what we're talking about with the application. The contracts, most of the contracts right now we put on the website. The ones that you don't see there, if you're in one of these agencies and you don't see your particular contract, it's just that we haven't got a copy of it yet. We don't have a copy that we can convert yet into an electronic version to put on the website. But we're working on it as promised, and we're starting to put the contracts out there. And of course, our salaries and the titles have always been on the website. De Blasio versus Cuomo. How's it going to affect us? I don't know, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable because Cuomo is the state governor, and CUNY, who doesn't have a contract, relies on the state for most of their funding. Now, yours truly is also a CUNY member, which means I don't have a contract. And for CUNY to have to depend on Cuomo, Cuomo could be very vindictive. He has a record for that. For him to be fighting with de Blasio, or de Blasio be fighting with him, saying the stuff he's been saying, I don't know. Good luck to us. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll keep you abreast of what's going on. I want to remind everybody about there's a housing seminar coming up, a housing fair coming up on August the 1st. It runs from 10 to 3 at DC 37 building. If you're interested in buying a property, whether it's a mortgage for a condo or co-op, or maybe a house, or maybe you're looking for a rental or something like that, then by all means you should come to this housing fair on August 1st. On September 12th, we have the Labor Day Parade. And from my understanding, what I've heard so far, for the first time in years, we're going to be leading the parade, DC 37. So you might want to come out there, especially if you're 2627, the things that's going on with the insourcing and whatnot. We need to let people know that we exist, remind them that we exist, because people just take the resources that they get from the city as far as IT goes for granted. They don't know that there's people out there who makes these things available to them, which is Local 2627. So let's keep that in mind. Longevity. Different people have different longevities. Different agencies have different longevities amounts, so I won't speak about that. And also, generally in the titles, different titles have when the longevity starts. Basically, most of our longevity starts after 3 years. Now, if your anniversary date, for example, is, let's say you have 3 years in May, but you don't get the longevity showing up in May, don't get crazy, because most agencies do it like a quarterly or semi-annually basis of updating longevity before they start giving it to you. So if you fall in between that time, when you get to whenever they actually update the longevity, they will give it to you retroactively. Now remember, the longevity is split up over 26 paychecks. So for example, if your longevity is $5,412 a year, that will be divided by 26, and you will get a portion of it in every paycheck. Now there's a 15-year longevity that everybody gets. That's that $800 that everybody gets straight across the board. It comes from the city. So if you have 15 years, you need to look on your paycheck and see if you've been getting that $800. If not, of course, give us a call. There's a couple of exams that are scheduled, test dates. Not test dates, I mean filing period dates. And I don't know for sure if the exams are going to be E&E or they're going to be an actual where you have to actually fill in question and answers. But in any case, it's computer specialist and computer associate both promotional and open competitive are going to be available in the early part of November of this year. That's the filing period. Now, this would be the perfect time if you're lacking certain skills as far as certifications to get some education and experience certifications right now. To go online and and find out what you need for your particular title and get these certifications, get this education, because the exam scores are based on how you do with education. Now, the other thing I want to make sure that you remember is that I might have mentioned it before. They're thinking about broadbanding the titles, broadbanding the computer associate and computer specialist into one title, but increasing the levels in computer associate so it encompasses the salaries of the computer specialist. From a union point of view, this is a good thing for the simple fact that now you don't have to take an exam to go to a higher salary. Being higher salary meaning getting promoted to a computer specialist. Now they can do it within your computer associate title by just promoting you to a different level, which takes no exam. It's just totally up to management. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Remember they did the same thing with telecom. They collapsed the telecom titles, telecom specialist into telecom associate, and increased the titles. I mean, they're also getting rid of the LAN and WAN distinctions. It's just going to be one title. So keep this in mind. So it's a good thing. Remember, the filing period is for this, and we're starting to get exams. We got the computer program analyst training coming up. We've already had the supervisor computer service tech. We had the computer service tech exam. So they're starting to come. I mean, we've been working on this for a long time. There are some changes. But like I said, let me remind you, you need to get some education so that you will get the highest possible score you can possibly get. When we find out what information we need, which will be sometime after November, what's going to actually be on the exam or what type of exam is going to be, then we will talk about getting a preparatory class set up for that. Good and welfare, we're still sending out the same good and welfare to our brother Dana Hughes from HRA. A couple of weeks ago, he was in a terrible bicycle accident, and his condition is still the same, and we have no one who's reached out to us from his family. I don't know if he has any family around, but our love and our concern still goes out to this brother. In solidarity until I speak to you again, this is Robert Ajay.